All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Welcome back to Pure to Perfection. See on our list, this is our 52nd ranked course on our list. So we are getting fired up for Bethpage Black, which is an absolute beast of a course, which we will get into.
Yes, this was definitely took some fortitude to get through.
It did take some fortitude. So just as a little background history, Bethpage Black is a public golf course. It is one of the highest ranked public courses. It does host many majors, similar to Pebble Beach here in California. For those that don't know, Bethpage Black is out in Long Island, New York. The journey is fairly straightforward. Hop on a big old jet airliner and fly to, well, you could go the way we went.
There's a lesson here. I was going to see if you remembered. I was going to bring it up, but roll.
I don't know why we did this. I can't remember exactly why. Todd can maybe fill in. We flew into.
It was my fault.
We flew into New Jersey.
Newark, yeah. So I used to, in my prior life, did a lot of work with Wall Street, and I had to go to New York every quarter to just the ring of the buy side and sell side analyst. And I always flew into Newark because when you fly on United to Newark, you can get in business class lay flats. So they're great planes. And I think it's a little bit easier than flying into JFK. So idiot Todd told everyone to fly into Newark.
The economy plus seats are not layback, whether you fly to Newark or JFK. Just want to clarify that.
I don't even know how to answer that. So the difference, though, is about an hour and a half, because if you're going to play any of the courses in Long Island, and I think it might be the best per capita number of top 100 golf courses, better than even Pebble Beach area. It's unbelievable the amount of courses there. And we've hit a few of them, but we're starting with the Ryder Cup. But you want to fly into JFK. It's by far the easiest.
So don't do what we did. Do not fly into Newark, especially now when air traffic control systems just kind of go on the blink for hours at a time. So,
yeah, you don't want to die either.
You don't want to die either.
So
that would be bad.
If you're optimizing for time and staying alive, JFK is your best bet.
And there you have it.
LaGuardia is not an option for us on the West Coast because there's no direct flights, and I'm a big fan of no connections whenever possible.
Absolutely, 100%. Bethpage Black. So it is a public course.
But it's not easy to get on.
It's not easy to get on.
So if you're a New York resident, you can get into the preferred booking times. But if you're out of state like us, there's no way you're going to get a tee time. So what we had planned to do, because it has this really cool kind of history behind it, that they take quite a few tee times the morning of the day that you're playing. So they have this parking lot, which is kind of to the right when you come in. It actually took us a little while to find it.
Yeah, it did.
And all of the parking spaces are numbered, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And people will start lining up as early as like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the morning before.
The day before, 3 p.m. of the day before.
People will come, they'll sleep in their cars. And that's what we plan to do. It's like, hey, you know what? We're going to live the experience. So in our golf bags, we packed mats, things to kind of sleep in, and sweats.
Yeah.
And we're just like, we're going to make a party. We brought a cooler. We're going to hang out. And a lot of times it's a big party, right? People stay up all night. They'll be drinking. They'll be having a good time. A lot of these people know each other. So we were all in. We got 2 cars.
Yep, big SUV, full-size SUVs, so we could stretch out in the back. And they, like Todd was saying, people come, spend the night, and we found out that the greenskeeper's shed is adjacent to this parking lot, and they leave the door open all night so people can go in there and use the bathroom. Which, it's a minor detail, but kind of important.
It's a cool experience, right?
Yeah.
And then what they do is at like 6 o'clock in the morning, they come by and give you a numbered band, and then you line up outside the clubhouse, and you can book the reservations. And almost everybody there is for the same day, and they're trying to be the first ones out. So it's not like they're coming in to get like an 11 o'clock tee time. And the vast majority are coming to play Bethpage Black. Some are playing red, which is the second best, and then there's 3 other courses too that are probably a little bit easier to get on, but aren't as highly renowned.
They're just regular old golf courses.
So while I really wanted to spend the night and have my back all jacked up,
it was a bucket list thing. Who doesn't want to spend the night in their car when they're 55-ish years old? Yeah.
Now you're giving away my age, but actually I'm older than that. But anyhow, we digress. So on the 5.5 hour flight out from San Francisco to Newark, because I'm an idiot, I'm on Wi-Fi and I'm just hitting refresh for 5.5 hours on the Bethpage website just to see if anybody has dropped a tee time, because it happens from time to time, right? And you have a login. It's pretty easy to do. So 5.5 hours came up empty. So I'm like, oh, well, we're going to spend the night. That's okay. We'll do it. And then we're waiting for our bags. And Ken's wife, Grace, is asking me, well, how do you do it? Because I'll try it. And so I pull up my phone, and I'm showing her. I log in, and I'm like, then you hit this. And if it opens up, you can book the time. I'm like, oh, my God. And I'm like, it opened up. Literally, as I was showing her how to do it, a tee time opened up, and it was like 9 o'clock. So, I pushed Grace to the side. I'm like, I got to deal with this. And this is after trying for like 5.5 hours on the plane. So I actually get the tee time. So we don't, even though we brought all this gear, we don't have to spend the night in the parking lot.
Amazingly lucky. And while this was going on, Kathleen and I had gone over to get the rental cars. And we're trying to call Todd to see, where are we picking you guys up, right? We got to loop back around. What gate are you at? What door are you at? Blah, blah, blah. And he's not answering his phone. And Kathleen's getting a little frustrated because he's not answering his phone. And then Grace calls me and says, leave Todd alone. He's on the website. He's on the website.
Well, it was good. I saved everyone from having to spend a night in their car. And we weren't really sure either, right? It's like, do all 4 people need to be there? Can one person get the 4 bands? And the reality is one person can stay the night, but by the time they get the bands out, all 40 people need to be there.
And they do this at 6 a.m. sharp.
Yeah, they're pretty religious about it.
Marshall comes out and he hands out the wristbands in the order of which you are parked.
So since we're talking about, how you get on, right? So the next day, we wanted to play Bethpage Red, right?
Yep.
And we did. So, Kathleen and I got up early. I'm like, I just want to check it out, right? So we woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So we didn't get there at 4 p.m. the night before to make sure we got a time. We got there at 4 a.m. And I think this is in early October.
Yeah, I was just looking. We did this in October, yep.
And like I said, we got there around 4 o'clock in the morning. And I want to say we were in parking stall number 8.
Yep.
So we clearly would have gone on Bethpage Black. So it's not like the prime time of summer when people are getting there at 4 o'clock, doing the party. So there were people there, but it wasn't packed, and people were sleeping in their cars.
Yeah,
and they trickled all the way in, and by the time it was like 6 o'clock, I would say there probably was 20.
And the really interesting thing, or another really interesting thing, is that we were just kind of walking around the parking lot as we were sitting there waiting for the marshal to show up. It goes to like spot 150. I mean, and I was talking to the marshal when he came up. I said, why do you have 150 spots? I mean, do you ever get 150 people here spending the night? And he goes, yeah. You come here in the middle of summer, especially on a holiday weekend, and it is a party.
It would be kind of fun to do it, and even if you're not playing, just to check out the vibe, right?
And then the way it works is you get the wristband and you walk up to the clubhouse and you get in line in the order. You got the wristband, and then you just get to pick your tee time on whatever course you want.
Right, that's the key.
Yeah.
Most of the people are doing it for Bethpage Black, but you can get on red, yellow, green, whatever you want to play. And I'm sure that's what happens when there's 170 people. By the time you get to that, you're probably playing the least popular course.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool. And then the other thing that happens, which is kind of bullshit, so there's one guy that was there first, so he was in spot 1 or 2. And then right at 5:45, like 7 of his buddies show up, right?
Yeah.
And I guess that's a thing, right? like where there'll be groups of guys and they just rotate every Saturday or whenever they're playing. Hey, I took the bullet last time. You get your ass up there, spend the night, and we'll come by at 5:45. And nobody really says anything, but maybe it's just because it wasn't the holiday weekend. I don't know.
Yeah, I would imagine if you're number 35 in line and everybody in front of you has a group of 8 guys show up, it could get a little spicy.
Yeah, you got to get there early. I mean, when we drove by the night before we were going to play, but we already knew we weren't going to have to get there, and there was one car there already, right?
Yeah.
I want to say that was like 4:30.
Yep.
So somebody was like, "Hey, I'm going to make sure I get there," and kind of built in it. It was not, until like 6 o'clock or right before they were handing out the bands. It was not a social thing. Everyone was in their car, and everyone's like, not real happy, and just trying to catch as many Z's as they could. So we got lucky there, but did, quasi get to experience it. And it is kind of a cool thing the way they do it, right? It gives everybody an opportunity. So if you really want to play, you can get on.
You can.
And it's, it's relatively inexpensive. I want to say for our foursome, it was like $620.
So,
not bad.
Yeah.
No, it's, I think you can get caddies, but you have to arrange them well in advance and all that. So
In hindsight, we probably should have had a caddy, but we'll get there in a minute.
yeah, we made some very big, costly rookie maneuvers. So we had dinner the night before. Woke up, went, and we're looking for places to eat. Right, it's not the most populous area of Long Island, right?
Farmingham, New York, or something like that.
So we found a little breakfast place that was right next to the railroad tracks.
Yep.
And I think both sides of the railroad tracks were not where you want to live. They would say he lives on the wrong side of the tracks.
Yeah.
I think both sides were the wrong side of the tracks.
But it was a good little breakfast place.
It was good, yeah.
And we got to watch the commuter train go by every, 10 minutes.
Yeah. It was I felt a little bit sketch, but we had numbers.
Wasn't too bad. We had numbers, that's right.
Wasn't there?
And I always feel better when I have Todd with me to protect me because he's a big, strong guy.
Yeah. I'm a judo black belt, but that's another story.
Yeah, okay.
That's not true.
We'll get there. Never. So we have our tea time set up.
So we go into the clubhouse. This is classic.
I'll start it. And we're walking around the clubhouse, and you're looking at the merchandise, and where do you check in, and there is a full-on screaming match going on between this guy who looked like he checked in at about 250, maybe 280, and the starter or the pro shop guy who's checking him in, yelling and screaming and cussing in that strong New York accent. I'm playing this fucking golf course, da 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 da. And what does the starter say?
You are not playing this course until I get a letter from your doctor. And we're like, what the hell happened here?
He had a heart attack
on the course.
On the course, and wanted to play it again, and his doctor said no. And the starter said no, and this guy was...
I'm going to play it no matter what you say. And Bethpage Black is, I think it was Golf Digest that said it's one of the 5 toughest walks in golf. Because there's no golf carts, right? You have to walk it.
Yep.
So you look at this guy. He's had a heart attack. He's clearly not in good shape. And he's basically telling this guy to F off, and he's going to go play.
I don't know if he played.
No, he definitely did not play. He stormed out of the place, and then that's when we kind of got the backstory on what the hell happened from the starter. But clearly he's not in good shape. But it is a very, very tough walk. And after we played it, so we actually got push carts.
We did.
And after talking to other locals, you kind of learn the ropes. And what they said, the best thing to do is just empty out your bag as much as you can and carry it, because as we'll get into, the rough at Bethpage is brutal. So if you're pushing your cart and you're in the rough, you're going to be just gassed. It truly was a test.
And as a side note, there is a hole at Bethpage Black called Heart Attack Hill.
There is.
There is.
Okay, I actually didn't know that. Which hole is that? Do you know?
Well, it turns out it's number 15.
It's also called the Beast.
Which is part of our story.
It is. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that. So we get to the course. We check in. This guy's fighting that he wants to play. He's had the heart attack. Doesn't happen. You know, they've got all the swag in the store for the Ryder Cup. That's coming in 2025.
Yeah, this year,
which is going to be really cool. And we grabbed something real quick there too. I think we got like a drink or something. They have a little bar. It's very rustic. I guess I'm being politically correct.
Rustic is a good word.
And you can tell the grill there hasn't been cleaned in like years. Just it's just gross. So we got a quick bite after we had already gone to breakfast, but a little later tea time. And for any of you that have followed Bethpage Black know that when you walk up to the first tee box, there's a big warning sign for your home gamers. The Black course is an extremely difficult course, which we recommend only for highly skilled players. So we should have not played. But we did.
We did. Yes, we did.
Okay, so now this is, I'll cover this one part, and then we can talk about the first 3 holes.
Okay.
So when you get to Bethpage Black, we're playing with our wives, Kathleen and Grace, and usually the women get some sort of advantage, right? So there's 3 tees, the forward, the middle, and the back. So on the first hole, this is just the most asinine thing I've ever heard of, but it's true. The forward tees are 426 yards.
Nice little par 4.
Yeah, so it's long. That's the forward tees. That's the women's tees, right?
Yeah.
The middle tees, we're going from front to back here. The middle tees, 429 yards. So the women get a whopping 3-yard advantage. This is screwing up the light here. And the back tees are 430 yards. 1 more yard to play the tips. So that kind of setting the tone immediately that this is going to be hard, and you're going to get no real leeway for being front, middle, or back. And the course rating on this bad boy. From the back tees, 77.5 and a slope rating of 155. I mean, it's by far the hardest course we've ever played.
That is
at least from a slope rating.
That is comical.
The middle tees, 74.2 and a 148 slope. And then the forward tees, 71.4 and a 144 slope. That's for men. If you're women playing from the forward tees, right, which you would normally associate, 76.8 and a slope of 150.
I will state unequivocally right now the hardest course I have ever played in my life.
By far.
Unequivocally.
By far.
Unbelievably hard.
And I'm not sure there's going to be a harder one. We'll see.
I don't know how there could be.
I kind of felt that way after Pacific Dunes was super hard. I thought Southern Hills was super hard. But Bethpage Black was brutal. And it's, as we talked about, and the guy that had the heart attack, it's a very hard walk.
It is. And I think part of what makes it so freaking hard, and you don't realize it until you're in it, but standing on the first tee, it's an elevated tee, downhill, dogleg right, par 4, and it's narrow. This is like what you see when you're watching the U.S. Open, right? And it's the fairway at the turn, at the dogleg, is maybe 30 yards wide. And you go, oh, wow, that's narrow. Yeah, and there's the rough. Okay.
Yeah, but there was no, like, first cut rough.
No.
And second cut. It was, like, fairway. And I think you're being generous at 30 yards. I thought I'd, like, eyeballed it, like, closer to 25 yards.
It was incredibly narrow.
So we get up there, and there's a few people kind of watching and, not heckling, but like, hey, what the, blah, blah, blah. And we're playing the middle tees, which might as well have been we should just say we played the tips.
We played the tips.
Yeah, okay. It's another 3 yards, right? Who cares? So I strike my drive, and the guy behind me is like, great drive. It hits the right side of the 25-yard fairway, in my estimation, and kind of just rolls into the rough. But once again, there's no first cut, no second cut. So we go up there. I can't find my ball.
The rough is like 8 inches thick. It's incredible.
It's punitive, right? If you're in the rough, you're going to lose a stroke, most likely.
Yeah. Similar to Todd's story, I hit my ball kind of middle left, and it bounced 2 or 3 times in the fairway, rolled through the corner and into the left rough. And if Todd hadn't stepped on my ball, I would have lost my ball, but you stepped on it and almost twisted your ankle. Thank you.
I did. So, you can't find your ball. It's that rough. If you find your ball, Ken fortunately found it. So now I'm already got a stroke penalty after hitting what I would think is normally a good drive. So I got a stroke. He's got his, but it might as well have been a stroke penalty for him too.
Yeah.
Because you're just whacking away, right? Your wrist hurts. It grabs your club. You have no control where the ball's going.
And this is just the normal conditions for Bethpage Black. This is how they keep the course.
Welcome to Bethpage Black.
Unbelievable.
Have a nice day.
Yeah.
So this is an important point.
Very important point for you newbies.
This ties into the story. So none of us were down the fairway walking up the middle of the fairway to the green. We were all coming in from the side. We were, chipping up, trying to get up and down. Nobody hit the green in regulation. Nobody even came close. And we didn't have caddies, right? So I think I'm being smart. I'm going to get the
yardage book.
Bethpage Black yardage book, right?
Yep.
And, they have a little layout of the course, how the holes kind of go around. But it's not really to scale. And there's actually a road that you have to go under at some point. So we finished the first hole, and we're all like, man, this course is tough. So then we get up to the second hole, kind of follow the map.
Well, we're standing there, and we're looking around like, where's the next tee box?
And it's not super clear.
It's not super clear, and we see one that seems kind of far away, but it's like, that's the only tee box we can see, so that must be it.
And it's to the left, right? Yeah. And that's what the map shows that we got, and so we play it. And I hit a really good drive. It was a little bit left, and I get to my ball, and it's like, the second hole is 350 yards, par 4, uphill. And I hit my drive, and I'm like 180 yards out. I'm like, there's no way I hit that drive 150 yards, 170 yards. I'm like, wow, this thing's super hard. It's elevated, and it's got a really narrow green. It's elevated like 50, 70 feet.
It's a huge uphill to the green, protected bunkers all around. It's a tough hole.
And we're trudging up the rough. Straight uphill. So second hole, you're already feeling it in your legs, right? And it's one of the toughest walks in golf, and we're just getting started. So we play it. We hold it. I took a double, right? And then we go to the next one, and I think it's like a par 3.
Well, yeah, and kind of what happened is there was no clear markings in the tee box when we started playing this hole.
That's a state course, right? It's a public course.
Yeah, somebody's vandalized it or stole it or something. I don't know.
Souvenirs, maybe.
Yeah. So this is our second hole, right? So we finish the hole, see the little cart path, walk over to the next tee box, and it says number 16.
Right. That's what it was, actually. You're right. It wasn't a par 3. It was number 16. There was some marking somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'm like, crap. So we trudge all the way down. Follow our footsteps. Actually, I throw my cart over a fence because now another group is coming up to play, right?
Yeah, and I remember standing there like, there must be another tee box here. I'm going to walk just a little bit further, and I look around, and Todd's gone, and Grace and Kathleen are gone, and I'm like, what's going on? So I walk back over towards the green that we had just played, and I look down. Grace and Kathleen are about 2/3 of the way back down the fairway. Todd's on the other side of a fence in a field.
It's true.
walking down the hill. I think to stay out of the rough, he thought the field would be a little easier to walk through.
It wasn't.
It was not. Oh, my God.
So we backtrack, and then we get back to the first green, right? And now there's another group there. So now it's like getting compacted, and, we're going to be holding people up. Luckily, the guys were super cool. But when you get back to the first green, and if you're coming up the fairway to the first green and you're looking straight at the green, which we weren't because we were all coming in from the sides and we were all over the place, there's a sign there that says hole number 2 to the right. And once again, it does not match the map that they give you.
Match the map even a little bit.
And then you go under the road.
Oh, side note, there's no road shown on the map.
No road here for you people looking on the YouTube. No road. So we get there, and the group behind us is cool, and we end up catching up and getting on pace. But we're pretty gassed now. We're kind of a little bit shook up. We're tired. We walked the beast, number 15, the hardest hole at Bethpage Black.
It's the hardest hole on the golf course.
And many professionals say it's actually the hardest hole in golf. It's a really hard hole. So now it's backed up. So now we know where to go because we know the group is in front of us. And we're kind of waiting a little bit for every shot, so we don't get lost again, which was good.
But super stressful. Tempers were maybe flared a little bit.
It wasn't how you want to start a round, right?
No. Hole number 2.
And you feel stupid. So we were behind the 8 ball at hole number 2. So then we get to hole number 2. I start my drive, and I have like a 9-iron in. So it made more sense.
Makes more sense when you're looking at the card. It says hole number 2 is whatever, 380.
354.
Not hole 15, which is like 700 yards uphill into the wind both ways.
Yeah. 430 yards from the middle uphill. So it plays like probably 480. And it's only 14 yards longer from the backs. So once again, it's like, I don't know. If I had to do it again, I'd probably just play the tips just so I could say I played it.
Oh my goodness.
Because it's not a huge difference.
And
for us anyways.
Yeah. I don't have a ton of exposure to the East Coast. In my mind, I don't know if I've said this in previous podcasts or not, but New York to me was always New York City. It's just a big concrete jungle. Yep. And you get off onto Long Island to get to this golf course, and it's just spectacular, but it's hilly. I mean, this was a walk. This was a walk, and pushing those carts through that rough. I remember saying actually as we were driving to the golf course, I can just imagine, George Washington, leading the troops through the forest here as they're getting ready to fight the British, and I swear the next exit was the George Washington Trail. So it's just beautiful countryside. So I have become a huge fan of the East Coast, except for the humidity.
Yes. And then you realize that Long Island is a very long island. I mean, Bethpage Black isn't too far in, but some of the others that are out there, the Maidstones, the Fisher Islands, the Friars Head, I mean, they're out there.
Yeah.
Shinnecock, National. Haven't played all those yet, but have played a few. So how did we do on Bethpage Black?
Well,
it's not going to be record scores here.
These are not going to be record scores. Oh, we didn't say who the designer was.
You got it. Go for it.
This is an A.W. Tillinghast designed golf course. I might have butchered his name, and I apologize. Tillinghast.
Also the designer of...
I knew you were going to ask me that, and I'm trying to remember now. He also designed Southern Hills. No, damn it. Tell me.
It's kind of not a fair question because I don't think you've played it yet.
Shinnecock.
Nope.
Dang it,
what courses have I played that you haven't played yet?
Shinnecock. A couple others. Tell me.
San Francisco Golf Club.
Oh, yes. I have not played San Francisco Golf Club, but I allegedly have a connection.
So I had to look it up just because I wanted to be 100% sure because I know this is, everyone's kind of may know about these things. But so we live at Palo Alto. Ken lives very close by in Mountain View. On the list that I didn't know until right now is Los Altos Country Club, Tillinghast.
Really?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Kind of amazing, right?
Very cool. All right, let's see. What are we looking at here? Bethpage Black is a 36, 35, par 71. I went 56, 46, 56, 46. I actually had 3 pars on the back nine.
You tied me on the back.
102.
Has that ever happened before?
Yes.
Has it?
At least once somewhere. It must have. I don't know.
All right. Wow.
I got
so
my
we
mojo.
tied on the back.
I got my mojo on the back nine. 102.
But I did shoot a 44 in the front.
I did not.
So I cheated a little bit in my score, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
Because the first time we played 15, I took a double.
Oh, that's right.
I took a 6. But when we played the second time, I took a bogey. So how do you score that? Because I played it twice.
Well,
so I did a 5.
Now that you mention it, the first time we played 15, I had a 7.
Ooh.
And the second time I had 6. Guess what's on my scorecard?
6.
A 6.
See? I don't know.
All right.
I kind of feel like we earned the right for the lower score because whoever wrote this damn book did not do it right. And it's clear it's an issue that people get lost, or they wouldn't put the sign behind the first hole saying hole number 2 to the right. Now, we missed it because we didn't come down the middle of the fairway.
And we told the guy when we went back in, it might help if you put the road on the map.
Which is not here. It is not on the map.
And he said, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, he could care less.
He couldn't give 2 shits.
He's a public employee.
Actually, I was like, I parred number 18. That was a good finish.
Yeah, 18's not an easy hole.
Look at that.
None of the holes are easy.
Look at that. Look at that.
It's kind of a cool scorecard. It's got the Ryder Cup logo because it's being played there in 2025. It'll be interesting to see how they set it up, right? Because if you look at the last Ryder Cup that was played in Europe, they try to take away the distance, right? And they actually slow the greens. I was listening to this on the
It depends on
golf
who's hosting the course, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're clearly going to set it up
To favor the Americans.
to favor the Americans. So the greens will be fast. And I wonder if they're going to cut the rough down, right?
Well, the Americans love to bomb, and Bethpage Black is you better bomb with accuracy.
I bet you they cut the rough down. It'll be interesting.
It'll be interesting.
So I am actually going to play Bethpage Black because Kathleen, my wife, wants to do it. I don't know what the glutton for punishment is, but this club we belong to, the Outpost Club, which we've mentioned before, which is great. They've gotten us onto some fantastic courses and a great group of people. They're doing an event a few weeks before the Ryder Cup. And so not only is it going to be hard because it's going to be set up for the Ryder Cup, but it's 36 holes. So it's back-to-back. It's morning 18, afternoon 18.
Both on black.
Both on black.
Wow.
Glutton for punishment.
You guys are crazy.
I'll let you know how it goes.
That's all I have to say.
My goal will be to beat a 90 or 91, depending on what score I had.
Yeah. I think you can do it.
I don't know.
You can do it.
I don't know.
I have
I'm
faith.
gonna get a golf ball that glows and has a homing device in
Has
it,
a little-
so I can find it in the rough.
Little GPS tracker on it. Beep, beep.
They really should have that. And I'm gonna carry my bag this time, or get a caddy if I can. Might be able to get a caddy through the Outpost Club, but we'll see.
You do have to set those up ahead of time, so don't wait till the last minute.
I know, but this is through the Outpost, so hopefully they'll set it up for us, because that's what they do.
It's amazing.
Yeah, you've done quite a few events now with us.
Yeah, I love the Outpost Club. They put on a good event. And
Good group of guys.
Good group of guys, yeah.
Nothing but positive things to say.
In case we hadn't mentioned it, number 15 is the hardest hole on the golf course, and we played it twice.
And nobody partied. Nobody. Not me, not Ken, not Grace, not Kathleen. It was tough.
Not even close.
So they do claim, some of the pundits, if you will, that I think 15 is by far the signature course because it's just because it's so hard. But the other ones they mention are number 4 and number 17.
Yep.
They're often cited as the signature holes. 4 is the par 5, known as for its double dogleg and challenging uphill approach to a well-guarded green.
Which is a 3-shot par 5 even for the pros, according to the pundits that we were reading.
Yeah, so if you look at hole number 4, Ken, what distance are you getting there? It doesn't look that bad, to be honest.
483. I have old eyes.
And 461 from the mids. No, it's 537 from the blacks and 461 from the mids. So not easy. Oh, guess what?
It's the hardest hole on the golf course.
Guess what?
Did you par it?
I parred it.
You are the man.
So that's my one and only victory against Bethpage Black. Let me tell you that. That is a beast. Well, 15's the beast, but that one's also super hard.
It was a double bogey for Mr. Holman.
Wow. For Kathleen, it was an 8, by the way.
And for
Hole number 17.
Grace as well.
207 from the backs, 195 from the mids. And I took the same score on that as I did the par 5.
A 5.
A 5. Double bogey.
I bogeyed 4, but on my scorecard here, guess who parred? Number 17.
Way to go.
Attaway Grace.
Oh, Grace parred it.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Oh, man, I thought it was you.
Well, no, I said I bogeyed it, but guess who parred it?
Damn, good for Grace.
You're going to take that back?
No,
Yeah.
Grace is great. That's awesome. Wow, I'm impressed.
Oh, that's very cool.
So we finished Bethpage Black. We went up to the Rustic Bar.
Yep.
We had a couple cocktails.
Yep.
Licked our wounds hard.
Yes.
Our dogs were hurting.
Our weary dogs were barking.
And I just think the conversation continued to revolve around, damn, that was hard. God, that was hard.
Damn, that was hard. I think that's the hardest golf course I've ever played.
And it was.
I think we said that more than once.
I think it still is.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
There's some other hard courses we played, but I think that one's going to be number one for a while.
Yeah.
I have heard some other courses are just as hard, but we have not played those yet, so stay tuned.
All right. Stay tuned.
So we do that. We go back to bed early. I think I was in traction.
We went back to this. We're staying at this nice little kind of bed and breakfasty kind of hotel.
Quite a few rooms, though.
Yeah. I mean, it was nice. It was nice, but it was kind of rusticy looking.
Yeah.
But it turns out
It's
that
like Fox Manor or something like that.
yeah,
Fox something.
Fox Hollow, something like that.
Yeah, it's a nice place.
But it turns out that there was a wedding reception there that night, and it was insanity. It was absolute insanity in our hotel.
It was. People drinking, people getting sick, people
carousing.
And
interestingly enough, I believe in a previous podcast, we may have talked about how we happened to be traveling on a day when the 49ers were playing a football game. Well, this was a Monday night. It was Monday Night Football. The 49ers were playing, which is an 8 o'clock start on the East Coast, which is kind of hard for us to get used to because, we're 5 o'clock Monday Night Football games.
I think East Coasters get screwed on football.
That's tough.
Monday Night Football starts at, 9 p.m.?
That's crazy.
Right?
Yep.
10 o'clock if you're in Nova Scotia.
Which is another story. Oh, my goodness. I just remember I said, I'm going to grab a cocktail. I'll meet you guys up in the room and watch a football game. And there must have been 100 people from this wedding in the bar, and they had one bartender.
Yeah. Ken didn't get a drink.
I did get a drink.
Oh, you did?
It just took me about a half an hour.
Oh.
I wanted that drink bad.
You were determined.
I was determined. Oh, goodness sakes.
So the next day is Bethpage Red, right? So as we mentioned, Kathleen and I got there early because we wanted to, experience what the parking lot was, talk to some people, get the vibe. And it's a thing, like we said. People know each other, people rotate, people come in, and nice guys. I mean, everyone's good. They're golfers, right?
Yeah. And we were, like you said, we're like 7 or 8 or something like that in line. And we go up to the clubhouse.
Right.
And everybody in front of us wants to play Bethpage Black.
Yeah, which is normal.
Which is normal. But we were like, we want to play red. And so we got first choice. We're the first ones to ask for red. So we got the first tee time.
We did. Well, I think we did 10 o'clock because I think that's when we went
They had
to the tracks again.
They had the course closed in the morning for maintenance.
Oh, that's right. The first time was 10 because of maintenance.
Yeah,
Right.
Tuesday mornings.
That's right.
Tuesday mornings they don't open. First tee time is 10 o'clock for whatever they're mowing the greens or something, right?
Yep, that's right. You're exactly right. So we went and got some to eat at our
Could you say that again?
You were right. Good memory.
All right, exactly right. I believe was what you said.
Okay, you were exactly right.
All right, thank you.
But yeah, I totally forgot about that. So I give you street cred. And we go into the pro shop, and Heart Attack Man's not there this time.
Not this time. that was something to see, boy.
So we go get something to eat, and then we go to the starter shack for the red course. So it's different from the black, right?
Yep.
And so, whenever we're playing, right, and they see women with us, right, because we golf with our wives, Kathleen and Grace. And the immediate thing people think is, oh, my God, I'm stuck behind a group of women. This is going to take forever.
Yep.
And so we're talking to the guys, and they're actually nice to us, right?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
They're like, oh, how you doing? And they're like, firemen from New York or Philadelphia.
I think they were from. Well, the firemen were from New Jersey.
Oh, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're big, Brownie goes. So
are you guys the first tee time? Yeah.
Yeah. I think they were looking for us to let them go in front of us. So we will come back to the course.
And you got to see these. You would have to have seen these guys. They had their golf cart because at the red course you can take a golf cart.
Right. And we took a cart.
They had a huge American flag that they stuck on the back of this golf cart, and they had their boombox, and they were just having a day. It was a sight.
Yeah. So it was 3 guys from New Jersey and a single.
Yeah.
Right. So one of my biggest pet peeves is pace of play. And we move pretty quick.
We do.
And, by like the second or third hole, we don't even see those guys anymore.
Well, and it's the first hole. I kind of remember, it's an uphill par 4, and, we struggle a little bit. It was like, oh, we got to go. Right? These guys are going to be right on our butts.
So after probably 3 holes, we don't see him in the rearview mirror anymore.
No.
And we'll come back to the course, but I'll just finish the story. So we're in the parking lot, after the round is over. We're putting our...
No, wait. I must jump in here. So on about hole 15, we're on the green, and I look back, and the golf cart is flying down the side of the fairway, and the single guy is running. You remember this?
Mm-mm.
And then we thought, they're trying to catch up to us. All right? And then we putted out, went to the next hole, and we never saw him again.
Yeah, we never did figure out what that was all about.
Yeah.
So, we're putting our bags and all our stuff away after playing the red course, and the single comes up with us, right? Not the group with the 3 firemen, but the guy that got paired with him. And he's like, you guys were great. He's like, after you left, those firemen were bitching and moaning. It's like, oh my God, we're stuck behind women, and it's going to take forever, and this and that. And then he goes, a few holes in, one of the firemen goes to the other guy. He's like, hey, Mikey, you worried about those women now? And he's in the trees looking for his ball, and he's screaming and yelling, fuck you, Jimmy, and all this stuff.
Fucking Mikey, if you could keep the ball in play.
So these guys ate some serious humble pie.
Oh, it was funny. The single was Kevin from Philly.
Oh, that was the Philly guy.
Yeah, I don't remember
right,
that.
I
remember that, but yeah, he was the single hooked up with them. And he was telling us they were the firefighters from New Jersey, and they were so pissed that they could not keep up.
Yeah, so it's just like, all they're doing is bitching and moaning about when this is going to take forever. They're trying to get in front of us, and then guess what? They're probably holding up the group behind them.
They probably were. Oh, that was funny. And then because I asked him, were you the guy that was running down the fairway? And he was like, yeah, those guys were so intent on catching you on that hole. And they had golf carts, and he was pushing, and he was running down the fairway, trying to keep up with them. And then he hit it into the trees again. So, booking
oh
Mikey.
My God, yeah. These guys. So
that was beautiful.
That did make for a great story.
Oh, my God, that was funny.
So the way that I would characterize Bethpage Red is it's by far regarded as the second best course there. And actually, I think it's also in the top 100 public courses you can play. I think it's down the list, right? It's not in the top 10, but it's like 80 or something like that. I would characterize it as you get Bethpage Black without the rough.
100% agree.
Right? So it's a very playable course. It's not easy.
No.
But you can find your ball. You can recover from, shots that aren't exactly perfect.
Yep.
The green, I would say the greens are basically the same.
Yeah, the greens were very similar, very tough. And there's a lot of elevation change on the golf course. The greens are undulating, and it's like Bethpage Black, but with normal rough.
And how do we do?
How do we do? So this is a 35 par 70, so a little bit shorter. Let's see, we got a 54.
Damn.
45. I'm having these like Jekyll and Hyde swings. 54, 45. 54, 45, 99.
So for yours truly, it was a 40 and a 41. So 81.
Beautiful.
Not bad. And just the slope ratings from the back tees is 74.4. Oh, that's the rating. The slope is 133. Middle tees, 71.9. And slope of 127. And the forward tees, 69.2 and 120. So definitely a much more playable course.
Yeah.
But if you're there and you're making the trip, I would also play the red.
The red's a great course. A little highlight here on the scorecard. I have an asterisk.
Uh-oh.
Todd gave Grace a sand lesson on the second hole, and she hit out and holed it.
Wow.
So there you go.
Damn. I don't think she paid me for that lesson.
So that was a highlight. So very cool.
Very good. All right.
Rankings.
Since it takes Ken a while, I will do my rankings.
All right, go for it.
So, a lot of times you get a bias to rank the courses higher that you recently played, right? And as we've gotten down the list here, into the 20s, that's happened more often, at least for me. In this case, it was the opposite. I had a negative bias towards my most recent courses. So for me, Bethpage Black was number 10. And it really was just because it was so unplayable, right? It was just so hard, and it was just such a grind. And maybe that should make it higher in the rankings, but for me, it wasn't. And the rough was just so punitive. I don't know. I don't think it was necessary, but maybe that's what makes Bethpage Black so great and why people come back for more punishment. So that was 10. So, then the rest were basically the same as last time because that was just the one we added. But Southern Hills 9, Ballyneal 8, Prairie Dunes 7, Bandon Dunes 6, Pacific Dunes 5, Bandon Trails 4, which is better than Pacific Dunes. And
you're going to throw that in every time, aren't you?
I am. Because it's probably not going to change. Pebble Beach 3, Rock Creek Cattle 2, and at the number 1 spot still remains Sandhills.
It's going to be there for a while.
It is.
All right, so
It's going to be there. Oh boy.
So let me see if I can.
It's going to be there for a while. Yes. I'm looking ahead. And until we get to number 23 for me, our 23rd course, it stays at number 1.
The Sandhills was our first top 10 course that we played, and it's special. Holds a special place. It does.
It is. It's so unique, and from getting there to the course to the layout. So I know we already covered that in our podcast, but it's.
All right, rankings. So we're gonna start to diverge here on the rankings because I've got, and if I do the numbers wrong here,
Well, it should be 10. You should start with number 10.
I know, but
because we played 10.
I organize mine a little different than you. I don't have to put numbers next to them. I can just actually look at it and count. So, Anyway, number 10 is Ballyneal. Number 9 is Southern Hills.
Wow. So you picked Bethpage Black ahead of Southern Hills.
Wait for it.
Okay.
Wait for it.
All right.
Number 8, Prairie Dunes.
Wow. That's a hot take.
Hold on.
That is a hot take.
Number 7.
Damn.
Bandon Trails.
Oh, now it's personal. Now you're just doing that to piss me off.
Number 6.
That's wrong.
Number 6.
That's wrong. I might kick you off of this tour.
Bandon Dunes. Bandon Dunes is number 6.
Wow.
Number 5, Bethpage Black.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't
mean,
know.
you're just pulling these numbers out of your ass. I mean, why?
No, I have.
What did you like about it?
I don't know.
Because it's a Tillinghast?
It was hard, and you know what? So fucking what? It's hard. It's a special place. That's all I can tell you.
Why is it more special than Southern Hills?
I liked it better.
What's special? Because it's public?
Maybe. It is.
Guy had a heart attack. You like that?
Fucking Mikey makes me laugh. So every time I think of that.
Wow.
All right. Number 4.
Well, hold on. I can't let this go. So we also talk about courses you want to go play again, right?
Yeah.
So we played Southern Hills again. Well, because we won that thing.
Would I play Bethpage Black again?
Yes.
I would.
Really?
Yeah.
And you would not want to play Bandon Trails again?
I absolutely would.
Prairie Dunes?
Prairie Dunes, I'm good. I don't have to play that again.
Okay.
We did it twice. I'm good.
All right. Wow. All right. Well, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but wow.
What number was that? Did I say 5?
Yeah.
4.
You
Rock.
put it ahead of Bandon Trails. Just no. It's so wrong. I'm not going to be able to sleep.
Number 4, 3. What am I on?
I don't know.
You got me all distracted.
Well, you
now.
said you don't need
5.
numbers.
4, Rock Creek. Rock Creek, number 4.
No, that's another one. Debatable.
Number
Okay.
3. And here's where we really diverge again on the whole Bandon Dunes experience. Number 3 to me is Pacific Dunes.
It's a good course.
It's just
I think you might just like hard courses.
maybe I do. Number 2, Pebble.
Yep.
Number 1, Sand Hills. Yep.
All right. Wow. That's all I have to say.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that when we get through the whole journey, that Bethpage Black will not be number 5. Actually, spoiler alert: we've played. I've played 23 of the courses, and Bethpage Black is not even in the top 10 anymore.
So I will say I played a couple more courses, but we circle back. And Bethpage Black is 3rd from the bottom.
Maybe I'll adjust and maybe I won't.
Well, maybe you're right, because I think it's, number 52 on the top 100 of the world?
It's number 52. It's right in the middle.
So there you go. I mean, it is ranked higher than Rock Creek. It's ranked higher than, I think, Southern Hills.
Rock Creek holds a special place for you.
I know. I like it.
Because you birdied number 18 from the tips, and you think that makes you big man on campus.
I played good. It was my best round ever to that point. I think I was 2 over, right? 2 or 3 over. So, I don't know. I liked it.
So there you go. We all have our reasons.
Okay.
All right.
I'll let it go.
All right.
But it's going to come up again. I guarantee it. So there you go.
All right. Until next time.
Hasta la vista.
Hit them straight.
Hit them straight and pure.
And pure. All right, guys.
All right. Over and out.